Do you ever just make things so hard for yourself and it does not need to be hard? Ah! Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope that however your year is starting or hasn't started yet, I hope that everything is working out in your favor. I have been trying to make this video for like an hour and I've run through so many different, like, what is this video going to be about? And I literally just sat here for 3 minutes in silence and my brain just didn't do anything. So I was like, maybe I should start over. This clearly is not it. And it was like 20 minutes long. So yes, what I'm going to do is I'm going over, the purpose of this video is I'm showing you how I'm setting up my first unit for my freshmen. It's a writing unit. I'm going to talk about what I've done in the past, tell you about my structure for hybrid, and then I'll show you kind of how it looks between my two hybrid models. Because in New York, we're going hybrid, but I think the goal is to be full capacity at some point soon. They want to work up to 100% capacity. So this seems like it's a temporary thing, which is great, but also like I want to plan my year out, which is way too ambitious. I don't know why I'm so hung up on that. It's stupid. Okay, so my first year at my current district, first day of school, I was like, I'm not going to do syllabus. Like, they're going to get the syllabus all day long. I can't even take myself seriously now when I say it. They've gotten the syllabus all day long. I'm just going to hit them with learning. I made such a bad first impression. I'm not even lying to you. Like, they did not like me at all. And that's fine. I had a girl tell me that she didn't like me this past year, about how she didn't like me before, but now I'm like one of her favorites. And I'm like, oh, that's really sweet. I don't blame you. I totally get it. I paid attention to all the wrong, like, teacher directions. I did, like, I don't know, it was just too far on one end. I needed to, like, know my students more. So my writing unit, it was very, like, we learned how to embed quotes. I tried to get them to stop using fanboys at the start of their sentences, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Hate fanboys. I'm always crossing out the fanboys. So, I mean, it was things like that. And it was really great because I do think that when they turned in work for me as the year went on, like, they knew what I was expecting writing-wise. And so instead of, like, tweaking how I approached the unit, I was like, I'm just going to throw it away. And so this last year, I was like, their writing really needs to improve. They need to get just, like, better at writing. So we're going to do, like, parts of speech and grammar and, like, just do a grammar unit at the start of the year. It was so boring, okay? Like, oh my God, I'm cringing thinking about how boring it was. And the assessment bombed. Everyone tanked. It didn't help them become better writers at all. Humiliating. So I'm going back to what I did my first year of English teaching. And we're focusing on annotation, thesis statements, paragraph structure, and embedding quotes. Specifically, annotating and thesis statements. Those are my two, like, main things that they need to have a grasp on by the time the unit's over. The embedding quotes and the paragraph structure, that's going to be a work in progress, I feel like. And I don't expect perfection by the end of it, but I do expect progress. And I think that that is something I'm going to need to, like, you know, drive home with them, is that by the end of freshman year, you need to write a really strong academic paragraph. And not be like, how many sentences does it need to be? How many do you think? Whatever your age is, that's how many sentences you have to write. So, yeah, I mean, I really need them writing really strong paragraphs and then moving into, like, 2-paragraph responses. That's what I want to do. So, again, focusing on annotation, thesis statements, paragraph structure, and that in quotes. I'm so tired. I didn't sleep, like, at all last night. It's probably why I'm wired right now. Okay. So now that I have talk to you about that. And I've done this video 80 times because I was like, oh, our district, I won't get into it because I told the story 80 times now. Ooh, 80 is my favorite number, apparently. Yeah, I'm going to show you what I have on my computer because it's actually not bad. I have to change some things because I moved everything down a week. So I'll let you look at it, and hopefully this gives you some really good ideas for a writing unit for your freshman. I really feel like whatever grade level it is, starting it off with a writing unit is amazing because it's rigorous. It's a lot of reading to get to the writing. It's a lot of self-reflection on how they write, and you're setting yourself up for like what you want their responses to be and how you want them to show you that they've learned something. Because if you're having them write something for an assessment, you don't want it to be like crap, you want it to have structure. And so I think a writing unit, and I think people sometimes they're like, oh, I'm gonna do a short story unit, but really you're doing a writing unit using short stories. And I have a mix of short story, drama, and nonfiction on this, and I think that's really gonna help them and kind of liven it up a little bit because short story after short story after short story gets really boring. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show it to you. I think you'll like it. So here we go. All right, so this is my 5-week writing unit for freshmen. You can probably use this for other grade levels, but this is what I'm doing it for. So this would be our second full week of school, and here we go. So when they're home and everyone is asynchronously learning, they'll do their vocab, and then I have a questionnaire to fill out for them just so I can make sure that they all understand what they're supposed to be doing. This is irrelevant. Okay. The next day, our first day of like actual instruction together. That was my hip that just cracked. Our first skill is annotation. We're gonna talk about why do we annotate and what does annotation look like, because a lot of them have honestly like no idea. The other thing is that they need to learn how to paraphrase, because what I have found is that students just copy things down without actually like decoding it and making it real for them. So that's something that we definitely have to do. Then they're going to read the play The Hitchhiker, which is a pretty good play if you haven't ever read it. When they go home for the next day, they are just continuing to read The Hitchhiker, and they're doing their annotations. I have a form here. I think I'm going to make it a worksheet because we can go over that in class. So Thursday they'll come to class, and then we're going to go over their annotations, and then we are going to read The Hitchhiker again, but with a new focus. So we're going to look at the Hitchhiker from a different vantage point. So same text, different purpose. And then I'm going to formally assess them on why do we annotate. Just real quick, one sentence, do they have it or not? Friday, when they go home, I'm going to give them a brief rundown on what a thesis statement is, and I have an activity where they have to identify which sentence out of the paragraph is the thesis statement. Monday, when everyone is asynchronous, this actually goes up here, but that's okay. I'll have to find something else for them to do on this day. Tuesday, we are going to do a thesis smackdown, and I have kind of the gist here. Basically, it's like a knockout round kind of thing where students come up with thesis statements, and then we work together to like improve them or see which person's is better, and then there'll be a winner. But the point is that they're going to be writing a lot of thesis statements over the class period. Wednesday, when they're home, there's something called a KQED, and if you Google it, there's just a whole bunch of articles. It's kind of like procon.org, but I think it's a little bit more engaging. So the two that I picked, should energy drinks be regulated or should you give up caffeine? They just have to pick one. And I think this will really resonate with them because they are addicted to Mountain Dew. That is the drink of choice right now. Mountain Dew over everything. It's a problem. So the boys will be really excited about this one. Thursday, when they come back, we're going to workshop their thesis statements together because all they're doing from this is annotating and writing a thesis statement. We're going to go over what they wrote, improve them together, and then this organizer part is wrong. I need to get rid of this. I keep not taking it out. Okay. Then on Friday, same thing, except these articles are organic food and is it worth the price? A lot of my kids are like farmers or farming families. And then is it better to be a vegetarian or an omnivore? That'll be really cool for a lot of the kids. So same thing, you're just writing a thesis statement, and then I'm gonna give you a grade on if your thesis statement is not good, meh, or excellent. Yeah. Then on Monday, they're gonna do their vocab again, and then they're gonna write a paragraph about an awkward encounter that they've had. This needs to be like their best paragraph they ever could have written. And then Tuesday, when they come in, we're going to talk about paragraph structure. So they're thinking ahead about paragraphs. And then Tuesday, we're going to apply, what makes a good paragraph? How do we set paragraphs up, especially when we're explaining something? And so they're going to apply that to what they wrote before. And then I'm going to introduce them to different styles of graphic organizers. And then they're going to think about, which style do they like best. The next day when they're home, they're going to watch The Bear, which is such a cute play. I think the temptation this year is going to be that people want to talk about the pandemic and COVID and blah, blah, blah. Move away from it, okay? Like, give them some funny things to read. Give them lighthearted. Like, they've had enough doom and gloom. Stop with the COVID stuff. Let them move on. So we're going to watch The Bear. Thursday. Sorry, that was like a little side rant. I'm fine. Thursday, when they're in class again, there's a chart in their textbook. I don't remember what it's about, but they're going to fill that out because The Bear is about a man and a woman fighting. So it's cute, though. So they're going to write a paragraph about the bear for homework. So then they're going to bring it to class on Monday. And then we are going to... I'm hoping that some of them will submit it over the weekend so I can give them that feedback ahead of time. And so they can revise things in class and go over the rubric. And then students that hand wrote it, I can just grade them in class real fast. Wednesday, they're going to start working on their summative assessment, which is all about sleep and how important it is for teenagers. During COVID, all their sleep schedules got all sorts of messed up. I know I just said don't make it about COVID. It won't be about COVID, but that was the inspiration is they were all staying up to 4 a.m. and then sleeping till 2 in the afternoon. So just, talking about how much sleep do you really need? Stop playing video games all night. Paraphrasing again. When they're back together, we're going to learn embedding quotes. And this is so tricky for them. They really struggle with this. So I don't expect perfection out of this, but I do expect progress. Thinking about why do we embed them? What does it add to our writing? And we're going to write a mentor paragraph together, and they're going to copy it as I'm writing it. When they go home, they're going to read 2 more articles about sleep and paraphrase them. Monday, when they're home by themselves, they're going to prepare for a fishbowl discussion, which we'll have on Tuesday. And I'll give them a variety of things to argue about. And then they're going to have a scavenger hunt kind of thing for the best evidence to support a claim about teens and sleep. So these will be things that will help them for their fishbowl on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, they're going to basically write their draft paragraph. They're going to do an organizer and paragraph. I should change that. And they can pick one of the two following prompts. How can schools support teen sleep habits, or do parents need to set rules for their children in order to assure that sleep actually happens? Thursday, we'll do a writer's workshop together, and then Friday is when their summative assessments are due. And this says final response in class. That is not right. They'll be doing it at home and submitting it to me. So yeah, that is that. Okay, my kid is going to be home any minute, so I have to make this fast. Ouch, oh my God. Ow, I have a back spasm. Okay. I don't know what I did to my back. I'm old. So yeah, that is, oh my gosh. That is what my first writing unit is going to be. It's very rigorous. There's a lot going on. Hopefully it's good. It sounded good to me as I was going through it. Lots of different activities. So it's not the same thing every day. It's not lecture. It's not things like that. But yeah, that's the 8th time I've had to do that unit. So I think I finally have it correct. I think I have it how I want it. Yeah, so I'll see you guys around, I guess. Good luck. Bye.